Hello, hello, hello to those who are here now. I'm glad to welcome you at our random live stream at Artella London. My guest today is a very interesting artist, a good friend of mine, Zoya Koinash. I'm gonna first accept her. Sorry, there's some kind of... Hi, Zoya.
Hi, Margarita.
Hi, hi
Glad to
everyone.
see you.
So I was just saying that, well, first, of course, I would like to welcome everyone again at our random live stream tonight. My guest today is a good friend of mine and very good artist, Zoya Koinash. She's a very futuristic artist. You might look at her account and discover her artworks. But also she's someone who's very talented and good at digital arts and creating video games. So tonight we would like to speak about, well, artificial intelligence and digital art, isn't it?
Yes, Margarita. Really interesting topic to discuss.
Yes, so first, Zoya, could you please tell us a bit more about yourself, maybe about your journey as an artist?
Okay. First of all, I would like to say that I started my artist career maybe in 2004, but it was not my first profession, because my first profession was in medicine. I was an otolaryngologist, and we together studied in medical university with
Yes,
Margarita.
by the way, guys, we studied together. Yes, we did.
Yeah, but different faculties. Yeah. So I decided to be artist because maybe it always was in my life from my childhood, because my mother was a teacher of art, and I visited a lot of art classes with her and other classes that she sent me. And I always feel like I connected with this field. And after I studied in the university, I feel that I want to be like an artist. And one day I looked for some job for me to help my parents and to help myself, and I found the job like an artist. It was literally my first official job to make some art for games, and that's how I started to be like connected with the art field.
But you know, I must admit you're very good in art, first of all. And secondly, you found yourself, you found your journey. You found yourself in that, you just maybe realized that medicine was not exactly what you wanted to do. So you wanted to, connect to people in different ways, and you followed that art path.
Yeah.
So what do you draw? What do you paint? How do you create your art?
I can say that I'm a multimedia artist, and I use a lot of medias in my practice. And first of all, from start of my career, I used most digital art, 2D art, and later I started to use some traditional art because it was like something native and something for my soul, for my personality. I can use a lot of stuff. One side, something you want to feel, you can touch, brushes, pens, and most of all, I like to make graphics, some illustrations, and this is illustrations a bit cartoonish, I would say, but other side, I put into my art a lot of my personality, and I try not to be a lot of consciousness in my art, and I tried to get out something that deep inside of me, like this.
But how did you realize that you wanted to create those characters? Because you draw something, you know, not realistic, something that is very futuristic, I would say.
Yes, I asked myself what artist I would be, I would like to be, and why I want to be a free person. I don't want any restriction in my art, and I want let myself do what my brain do, what my hand do, and I'm trying to avoid any restrictions, and this all inside of my brain and come out to the world.
So, speaking about art, how did you start creating games?
I already said to you because games found me.
Oh yeah, well yes, you mentioned that.
Yes, because I always have a good feedback from the game field, and they invited me to participate in the game. Maybe it was a good environment at that time when I started to interested to make art, and it was a more open field than that now, because now it is very competitive, and I was just lucky. Maybe I was supposed to do games. I don't know. Maybe this is something of destiny in my life.
Yes. Well, but do you think what appeals to you more, the traditional type of art or digital, and why?
Oh, I think it's most something that you have experience. That if you have more experience with digital art, you will prefer digital art. If you have more experience with traditional art, maybe you will like to do traditional art, because you will have a less tension, how to use it. You can more easily express your feelings, your thoughts. For me, both these environments the same, because in my childhood I used a lot of traditionals suppliers, and in my job I used a lot of digital. But I would say about myself that I that sort of persons that can easily to learn, and that's why for me a digital art not easy to use, because I use a lot of program. Really, I know maybe 20 programs that I can use, and but I understand that this is just a part of my habitat. I don't know what to say.
Your work, isn't it? Yeah. So, do you think digital art can be replaced by artificial intelligence, essentially? Because, I am practicing art myself, but I'm more of a traditional artist, and I never really incurred that experience of working on the computer and creating something digital. So to me it all sounds the same. So what is the difference really between creating that digital art and also using artificial intelligence? Because I imagine that it's some kind of software which analyzes, I don't know, the bank of images or some kind of database, and then it produces and gives you ideas of an artwork, essentially. So how does it work?
Yeah, sure. I would say this work like sort of this way, but a bit different. Because if you make digital arts, you use your brain to generate any composition, to combine some maybe images and create what your brain allows you to create, because there is no any button in Photoshop, for example, to make beautiful and you should use your own brain for this, but for artificial intelligence you don't need to use your brain a lot, because mostly you create some keywords and artificial intelligence combine and make something what you like, and this opportunity of artificial intelligence so huge for now that it make something that the artist will use maybe 2 weeks. Artificial net will make for you art in a few minutes, maybe in a few hours, if you will be not so lucky to get what you want. And this is really impressive. Sure, for now, artificial intelligence not like a perfect, and it make a lot of mistakes, some funny stuff that we cannot imagine, and then not so perfectly understand all tags, and it's still in the process of learning how to think, how people, because really. But artificial nets make really good progress, and it make progress better than any human. So.
Sorry for interruption, but why? Like how? Because I imagine, okay, so look, if we want that to create such kind of artwork digitally, I mean, using artificial intelligence, so we need the software to give us the idea. Okay, we probably input some keywords and it produces the image. And then we as a human analyze that image and approve it, isn't it? Whether it's good or bad. But then if we are if we're creating an artwork, say traditionally, we have to generate those ideas ourselves. But probably as an artist, I would have that vision of how this artwork should look. So it's not the computer that will analyze my keywords, but it will be me who will analyze my idea and probably, just put it on paper, on canvas.
Yes, sure. Even if you use artificial intelligence, final process of and vision is under your control, for sure, and a final result is yours. But anyway, you can avoid a lot of job that you should do when you create by yourself, and. I work with artists. I can understood that some tasks take really 1 week or 2 weeks, but artificial net make it in a few minutes or hours, and because at the first, when we create some sort of art, we have an idea, and we cannot deny that if this idea similar, that if in many artists they create in one style, for example, and they create always similar ideas, and sure, and for artificial intelligence create something in the frame, it's more easier that for the people. But for sure, I exactly can say that artificial intelligence will kill artists. I would never say so, because for example, when first time appeared cameras to make photos, many it looks like artists will die, but artists didn't die, but maybe some of artists lose their job, maybe because no I know like a story of illustrator of Coca-Cola. He made really prominent illustration. It was impressive, and people like it a lot, but finally he finished his life in a poverty because he lose this job because appeared a lot of photos no and it's like a push away no illustration at the time.
Yeah, I can agree, because I've seen some headlines about it, you know, with the, I mean, will the artificial intelligence replace artists or not? So it's like it's a debate at the moment.
Yeah. Yes, no, for sure. Many artists will lose their job in a year. This is artists who have no like a special vision, who cannot provide his own ideas. But for like I see now, appeared a lot of new artists, artists who used artificial intelligence, and they make some jobs between illustration and between photos. And it is easy to create because you just to find appropriate prompts, and you just type your request, and you get maybe not what you want, but something visually impressive. But maybe this is like a new appeared new generation of generated art. Yes, and another side that maybe beginners and middle artists that made a full routine of the games arts and maybe even artists who made the routine of maybe movies effects. They can lose their job, and this is true.
But you know, so essentially, well, if we look at this from this point of it, at the digital art, from this point of view, that artists are losing their jobs, losing this process, you know, of creating. So can we say that it actually damages the creativity? So there is no creativity essentially. It's just some kind of artificial mind which creates the images.
I think that people will never lose their creativity, because this one of our necessities, how to say, this is something what we need. If I like to create some illustration, I make it just for me, first of all, because if to be honest, nobody needs my illustration in the world. Just because some people who maybe find some pleasure to see this art, but it's not necessary for life. Anyway, and if I do this, I continue to do this. And some people who looking for different time, feelings, experience, they will find the same. Sure, for now, for creators, not easy life inside of this crisis in the world, and I guess that all people who make some creative stuff, they continue to make this because it's connected with their behavior at the first, and their personality, and they cannot change their personality in one day because they can push a button.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, you maybe are born with, or maybe you develop, but you get this kind of wish to create, and you just do it, you know, you just do it. I said this before, and I can repeat myself that I feel this way sometimes when, you know, I'm distracted by other work, by lots of other stuff going around, but I find my time. I find this 1 hour, half an hour a day where I can, schedule that drawing or painting in. So yes, this creative skill is within you. I just, yeah, it's very interesting. Actually, it's very interesting. So, can I ask you also, what is the process of creating a video game? So, can it be called digital art, or is this a just? I don't know. I'm not. I can't imagine how do you do that.
Uh, this complex process because it starts from your thoughts, from your concepts. You make some concepts, and maybe the first you can make research, and maybe you already have your idea how you want what you want to generate, and after you starting to make like some sketches and already. Generate your concept. After concepting, you start to make this environment that like chosen for the game. It can be 2D art or 3D art, or maybe in the some like engine art, like is only connected with sort of game you make.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, do you create the character first or the game itself?
It depends of a person who likes to create game, because some some people can idea, for example, oh, I have a character. I want to make the game with them. Another person will be, oh, I like, for example, to make this sort of game because I like to play shooters, for example, or arcades or adventures. And he decided, oh, I should make adventures that should look like this and like this. And after all around this idea started to create it. Like sometimes this can be with one person, maybe in the two person, and we should a bit discuss like possibilities and advantages of using artificial intelligence in the games.
Okay.
Yeah, because there is some substantial advantages, not only for game developers and also for movie directors, and because like I watching some people who create, for example, movies with artificial intelligence, and for them this means they don't need, for example, to have a huge team. And they can create full the movie just using artificial intelligence. Like sometimes it looks spooky, but sometimes it look really impressive. And people use like artificial intelligence for scripts, for films, no, for everything. This a future is come because you make generate anything with artificial intelligence, even code for the game. For sure, professional programmers, for example, my brother is a professional programmer, and he worked on this field many years, and he says that for now artificial intelligence cannot replace real programmers, because if you don't know how what to say to artificial intelligence to do, it can this program don't know what to do without you.
Yeah, it will not generate that code.
Yeah,
to
for now.
Yes.
This is for now, because maybe 2 years later, maybe it will completely full story, to make everything in one stack. So that's why it's I'm a bit frightened with this situation, how is going to in a result, or maybe really we don't need any creatives, because everything can create for us artificial intelligence. And one day we wake up and we we want to see any movie, and or we just write to
Yeah.
to the program, like show me a movie about love, like a dramatic, tragic, for example, and you will see this like endlessly. Or for example, I wanted to see some futuristic movie about, for example, like a how to say, like a Matrix, and then you see
Yeah.
endlessly like a movie about Matrix, and that's. Because artificial intelligence know what keys can capture like people minds, you will look at this movie like endlessly.
Okay. So, well, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that. Well, I'm far from that area of the arts, but I still can imagine the process now. So, what do you think? Are there more pros or cons in using the artificial intelligence in the creation of art?
Could you explain prompts or
Pros and advantages and disadvantages. Are there more advantages or disadvantages in using that incorporating the use of artificial intelligence in the creation of art?
Yeah, no, advantages. This is that you can, in one person, to create a movie or cartoon or create a game. This is really cool because I know some people who created their own games, maybe years. Like they created their games, they make their ideas alive, but finally they found that their ideas don't work. And maybe like there is a lot of these like разочарование.
Disappointments.
Yes, appointments for them because they spend maybe 2 or 4 years of their life creating some games that nobody liked, for example. Yes, but they could know about that more quickly and try to make a new idea and really it give us. A possibility to try a lot of idea to find something really interesting for all the people. Yes.
Okay.
Other sides that for people who like the process of creation and who really enjoy their job, on their work to create something in Photoshop or 3D, it's really needs some crafts. You have to know how to do this. Maybe they will be a bit lost in this.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to, whilst you were talking about it, I suddenly thought of another question. Do you think that based on everything that you said, new ideas don't exist? New ideas just don't exist? Because look, why I ask this question is because, well, I imagine the creative process. I want to find my inspiration. So some people say, okay, I will go to sleep and I will see a dream and the inspiration will come to me. But some people want just experience some sort of emotions, maybe something, or just find that inspiration. So once I get my inspiration, I get that vision, the idea that I would like to translate, isn't it, through my art to people. Okay, but then sometimes inspiration doesn't come. And then what I do, I open my book of art, a catalog, say, and I look through that 100, that 100 paintings rule, where you need to look through 100 works to find that one that will inspire you. And then you create the idea, you get your idea and you then create your art. But then with the digital art, I don't know whether this is happening because, okay, well, I give some keywords, the program produces some kind of image for me, I approve or disapprove it, and so that's it. The inspiration is not there, it's not needed.
Oh, you should try it before, like to say it. when Midjourney appeared, I tried to use Midjourney, and I wanted to know what is this, what is the fish, and it was really addictive and capturing because. Maybe I buy like 300 of generations, and I use it in one day, and it was like something that you want to generate more and more, because like no, it used many successful images that people generate before. Like if you have images that other artists made, sure. Sometimes it is have no any logic, and because it was not training so well like now. But anyway, it was really impressive colors, like shadows. You can to be inspired, like music.
Yeah, you can get inspiration by that.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
Fun, really. Everybody have to try it once.
So you personally, what do you think personally? Would you like to transit into being a digital artist, or would you like to stick with being a traditional one?
I don't know. Really
it's a
hard
hard question. I know. It's a hard
no, for me, like anyway, this process, it is almost the same, because I feel good in drawing in Photoshop, because I know to generate it with artificial intelligence, and I do it from my head with my brain, and same I do on the paper, and sure, I would say that digital art help a lot to improve yourself in traditional art, because, for example, I create a lot of time, maybe a year, like a traditional art, and now I back to digital art, and I look at my traditional art from other side, and I see what I can improve that I never would see if I never use 3D, for example, art, because it's generate some more light, for example, shadows, and I combine a lot of composition, and I can see it much bigger times that I do it with traditional art.
Yeah, I imagine, but I still can't feel it, because I never produced any digital artworks myself. But I heard a good. I've heard a lot of good said about this by artists, though. But speaking about this, another maybe, well, almost the last question. What do you think about NFTs? Are they overrated?
Oh, like really questions. For sure, any estimation of anything is depend just only of people, because just only people can estimate anything, and many strange things in the world. For example, that some like a cake can cost like $1,000s, for example, or other side. Like a for like a как это ценности бы сказать? Values. It depends on your values. For sure, for someone, it would be sounds crazy that some person paid like $1 million for like a 500 pixel image for someone at the moment when many people on the earth in hunger, and for example, in many regions of the world we have a war, and but people spend their money for some pixels. Like it sounds really like it's insane. uh, but it just depends of our values. And another side, this is like people see in this some possibilities to like invest their money, and like they have hopes that later they will get back their money. And maybe this is just more business side, not like a value, like real
Yeah,
value.
I
And
agree.
I can't judge it, like that people buy NFT and they like it, and maybe they find in this some satisfaction, because I can understood this, because when I like start my digital art way, I saw before a lot of digital creations of other artists, and I was so impressed. I wanted that one day I can do this beautiful thing myself, and they
Yeah.
inspired me a lot, like to be digital artist. This is the same, like about your preferences, like no, like what you prefer.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. I also sometimes don't really understand how people think, but here we are. We can't understand everything easily. um, I am looking at are there any questions? Anyone has any questions for us? Anything, throw it. Anything about artificial intelligence, creating digital arts, anything, or video games. How is the weather? By the way, Zoe is in Spain now, and the weather seems to be much better than here in the UK. It snowed
Yeah.
today here.
Today we have summer weather. Like we just enjoy with the sun, and it's really warm. I don't use like winter clothes anymore, and I just use like my
It's a
coat.
heaven. It's heaven. Yeah. Well, I see that there are no questions. Do you want to add anything, Zoya, to anything? Well, what do you have any advice or maybe tips for those who want to start their career as digital artists? They want to start, they don't know how. Do you have any
Yeah.
tips for them?
Yes, I have one tips for anyone who starts a digital career. You should learn artificial intelligence possibilities because future
Yes.
anyway, more or less. And I would like to say that I hope that artificial intelligence will bring to our world some really beautiful, something really like a high valued, because I would like that artificial intelligence help us, for example, to make organs for the people, like for transplantations, for
Yeah.
example, or some prostheses more easily, and that it would be available for any person, and it this could be really nice for all the humanity. But other side, like I have a fear that maybe artificial intelligence could trap to hands of bad people in our life, like a so like iconic. I would know how to say, but in the life always happen things like from movie, and it really this is point to be afraid, because maybe like some bad people can take artificial intelligence and make all ours like slaves. Like this is really possible that it could happen.
Maybe. I can't say no.
People, group of people can start to use it for control, and in this situation we will feel not good.
Yeah. Well, I agree. This might happen, this can happen, but we'll hope that it will not happen.
Yeah, sure. We should say to the future with positivity, and maybe we with artificial intelligence we like make our Earth like a really good place for living. Like and every person will have like possibilities like to use healthcare, like never get hunger, etc. Like just for wealth of all the people in the world.
Absolutely. I wish for that as well. Well, Zoya, thank you very much for joining me today. I really enjoyed our random live stream. It's very good to
Thank you,
come
Margarita.
out like this sometimes. Yes.
Like you anytime, like talk to you.
It was a very good chat. I really enjoyed. Well, since there are no questions, well, some new people joined. If you have any questions to us, then please ask us before we disconnect. We will plan some more video for the future, and I think we're gonna return later.
Yeah.
Well, there are no questions at the moment, so I would like to thank everyone for joining us today, and special thank you to you, Zoya, for coming.
Thank you, Margot. Like see you. Bye.
See you. I see you again very soon. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.